Good evening, folks. It's your bro, Richie Rich here. Today's video is now part 3 on the Lamborghini. Today's video is now officially part 3 on the Lamborghini Murcielago. Today's video, I'm gonna attempt to finish this off. All that's left I got is specifications, motorsport, related developments, production, and in popular culture. Now that might sound like a lot, but for a few of these, they don't have that much info. Whereas one or maybe two, I have a little bit more. But I'll attempt to finish this off as much as I can as possible, because I want to move on to the next Lamborghini, which I'm gonna have to check like on the list of what I got. So yeah, so before I start, make sure you all like the video, subscribe. So like the video, subscribe, comment down below what you guys think. So comment down below what you guys think. Hit the notification bell and hit all, so you're literally going to make brand new uploads. All right. So without any further ado, let's begin. So we're now on specifications, which is, there's not much on it. We just got engines, and then we got the model, engine, power and torque, 0 to 60, 0 to 100, 0 to 150. Well, 149 to be exact. Quarter mile and top speed. And top speed as well. Sorry for keep repeating. I'm just a bit tired today. Just want to get this done and over with. All right, so let's do it. So first one we got is the base. So like the standard Murcielago from 2001 to 2006. Which has a 6.2 liter naturally aspirated V12, and it makes at 7,500 RPM, so at 7,500 RPM, 572 horsepower, has the same amount of power as a V10 powered Audi R6, which is a fantastic car. So 572 horsepower at 7,500 RPM. The same as an Audi R6 with the V10 5 liter twin turbo engine. Lamborghini derived, because Lambo's owned by Audi. It says 6.2 liter V12. Thank God I said V12. I wanted to say V8. I wanted to say V8. Because there's some cars that I know of that have that kind of engine configuration, but with V8 6.2 liters, like the SLS AMG, some Corvettes, mostly Chargers, Challengers. They'll use those kind of engine configurations. So 6.2 liter V12, 572 horsepower at, so 572 horsepower at 7,500 RPM. So 7,500 RPM and 650 newton meters. 650 newton meters. 479, or right up is like 480 pound-feet of torque at 5,400 RPM. 0 to 63.9 seconds. 0 to 60 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. 0 to 60, 3.8 seconds. 0 to 100, 0 to 100, 8.3. 0 to 100, 8.3. 0 to 149, well, 0 to 150, 21, so 21.4. Quarter mile, 11.7 at 122 miles an hour. Top speed, 206 miles an hour, the same as a 2013 GTS SRT Viper. But that has a lot more power and a bigger engine. Well, but is it technically a V10? Or was it V12? So 6.2 V12, 572 horsepower, 652 torques, 572 horsepower. This is that the Viper's a hell of a lot lighter with carbon fiber, aluminum, magnesium. Pretty good. So 572 horsepower at 7,500 RPM, 650 newton meters, 480 pound-feet of torque at 5,400 RPM. So the naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V12. So naturally aspirated 6.2 liter V12. 0 to 63.8. 0 to 63.8. 0 to 100, 8.3. 0 to 149. 0 to 149. 12 point, not 12, 21.4. Imagine, I wish it was 12.4. That would be kind of cool. But 21.4. Quarter mile, 11.7 at 100. So quarter mile, 11.7 at 122 miles an hour. Top speed 206 miles an hour, the same as a 2013 Viper. The 2013 Viper. And we got the next one, which is the LP640. LP640. So the first one was the standard Murcielago from 2001 to 2006. Next one is the LP. Next one is the LP640-4 from 2006 to 2010. And we even got the convertible version of that same car from the same year. So they both have 6.5 liter V12s, both with 631 horsepower. So 631 horsepower at 8,000 RPM and 660 newton meters. So 660 newton meters. So 660 newton meters. So newton meters, 487 pound-feet. Well, round up like almost 490. 490 pound-feet at 6,000 RPM. So 0 to 60 for the hardtop, 3.4. Roadster, 3.5. 0 to 100 for the hardtop, 7.5. Roadster, 8.1. 0 to 150 not available for the coupe. Roadster, 16.1. Quarter mile for the standard, 11.2 at 127. So 11.2 at 127 is miles an hour. Convertible, slightly slower, 11.8 at 126 miles an hour. Top speed, standard, 211, convertible, or roadster, 209 miles an hour. 2 miles an hour slower than the base LP640. Just 2 miles an hour slower, but still a pretty quick car. So pretty fast supercar. So 211 and 209 miles an hour. Next we got the LP650. It's the LP650-4 Roadster from 2010 or 2010. Same 6.5 liter V12. All these versions, these 4 different Murcielagos have all got naturally aspirated 6.5 liter, 6.5 liter V12s. So for the LP650-4 Roadster from 2010, it makes at 8,000 RPM. So 8,000 RPM. 8,000 RPM. 640. So at 8,000 RPM, 641 horsepower. So 641 horsepower, and at 6,000 RPM. So at 6,000 RPM, 660. So 660 newton meters, 487 pound-feet. So pretty much the same as the Roadster edition of the 640. So 660 newton meters, 487 pound-feet of torque at 6,000 RPM. 0 to 60 slightly faster by 0.4 of a second faster. So like a 40th of a second faster than the 640 at 3.1 seconds. 0 to 100 and 0 to 150 in the quarter miles not available, but presumably they might have been the same as the standard LP640. Top speed slightly faster by 1 mile an hour, 210. So 210 miles an hour. So that's pretty good. And last but certainly not the very least is my dream Murcielago, the mighty LP670-4 Super Veloce. Say Super Veloce. Say LP670-4 Super Veloce, or SV, from 2009 to 20. So 2009 to 2010. Same naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12, but this time, it's a naturally aspirated 6.5 liter V12, but this time, it's the most powerful Murcielago in the world, making 661 horsepower. We'll wind up with some Top Gear maths, equivalent to 670 horsepower, hence the name 670 is the horsepower, -4 is a four-wheel drive system. So it makes 661, well, technically if you round up with some Top Gear math, Top Gear math and logic, 670 horsepower at, so 670 horsepower at, so 670 horsepower at, so 670 horsepower at 8,000 RPM, and so 670 horsepower. Previous one made like 650. So 650. The SV makes like an extra 20 more horsepower than the Roadster edition. So 670 horsepower at 670 horsepower at 8,000 RPM. So at 8,000 RPM, same 660 newton meters, 487 pound-feet of torque, but this time at 6,500 RPM, so an extra 500 RPM more than the standard one. 0 to 60 is down by 2/10 of a second. Not 2/10, but sorry, 3/10. So 0.3 of a second faster, from 3.1 to 2.8. So 0 to 100 and 0 to 150 are not available. However, we got the quarter mile time on this one. Quarter mile was 10.9 seconds. So 10.9 seconds at, well, almost 11 seconds if you round it up, at 130.4 miles an hour. So that was tested by RNT, Road and Track, so the magazine Road and Track. Top speed. So top speed, officially it does 213 miles an hour. However, there's also, officially it does 213 miles an hour. However, the top speed will slightly decrease by 4 miles an hour, down to 209 miles an hour. So 209 miles an hour with the Aero Pack wing. Out of those two, I still picked the one with 213 miles an hour. Okay, next up we got is motorsport. So there's not much on it, but let's do it. So we got 1, 2, 3 different versions of the racing editions of the Murcielago. So starting off with the first one is the RGT. So the RGT. Here we go. The Murcielago. So the RGT. It's like racing GT, I have to say. I don't know, but probably. So the RGT. RGT is a racing version. So a race version of the standard Murcielago. So Murcielago developed jointly both with Reiter both with Reiter Engineering and Audi Sport, because obviously Lambo's owned by Audi. So Reiter Engineering and Audi Sports, and unveiled at the 2003 Frankfurt Motor Show. So 2003 Frankfurt Motor Show. So 2003 Frankfurt Motor Show. Unlike unlike the standard car, so unlike the standard Murcielago, the RGT is rear-wheel drive only, which makes the car a bit lighter with rear-wheel drive. And in order to comply with the FIA, ACO, and JAF rules. The car retains the standard V12. So the car retains the standard V12. But, and this one's unfortunate, air restrictors. So air restrictors are used to manage power. Really? So air restrictors are used to manage power. Both acceleration and top speed both acceleration and top speed performance are dependent on gearing. So it depends on the different gearing as different ratios are used for different tracks. Different tracks. Most sources report that around 7 original, so standard RGTs were sold. This number doesn't include later derivatives, such as either the RG1, so RG1 or RSV. In March 2007, so in March 2007, so 2007, so in March 2000, in March 2007, the the all-inkl.com, or which is also known as Munich Motorsports Racing Murcielago won the 2007 FIA GT so won the 2007 Zuhai, I cannot pronounce this word. Great. I'm gonna have to translate this because I can't pronounce this word because it's in Chinese. So in March 2007, the allinkl.com, or the Munich Motorsports Racing Murcielago, won the the Zhuhai so the 2007 FIA GT Zhuhai. Wait, hold on. How do you pronounce this? Zhuhai. Won the Zhuhai 2 hours. So that's a race in China. So it's located at Jingding Town in Zhuhai City in Guangdong Province in China. So in China. So it's a Chinese racing circuit. So when the Zhuhai or something like that, 2 hours. Murcielago RGT. So Murcielago RGT was entered in the 2008. So 2008 24 hours of Le Mans. So 24 hours of Le Mans, but wasn't classified. However, a Murcielago RGT so a Murcielago RGT RGT entered jointly by IPB, IPB, I, so IPB, Spartak Racing. So Spartak Racing. So Spartak Racing and so IPB Spartak Racing and Ritter Engineering. So engineering finished 8th place overall and 5th place in the GT1 class in the 2008 24 hours of Spa at the Spa-Francorchamps racetrack in Belgium, which is known as the Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. So 2008 24 hours of Spa. In April 2009, so in April 2009, so early 2009 it was, beating a C6R Corvette, so a Corvette C6R, and a Celine S7R, so a racing version of the Celine S7. So in April 2009, beating both a Corvette C6R and the Celine S7R, a Murcielago RGT, so RGT of the Russian I so Russian Russian IP so Russian IPP so IPB Spartak, I think it is called, a racing team, won the GT1 class. So GT1 class in the 1,000 kilometer de Catalunya, an LMS, so Le Mans Series race, which is abbreviated as ELMS, so ELMS, which stands for European Le Mans Series. So European Le Mans Series race. The drivers of the IPP Spartak race car were Russian auto racing driver so the drivers of the IPB Spartak racing, so the drivers of the IPB Spartak racing race car were Russian auto racing driver Roman Rosinov, which his full name is Roman Alexandrovich Rosinov, born October 21st, 1981, in the capital city of Moscow, or Moskva, in Russia, who's a Russian auto racing driver, auto racing driver, the driver who competed in the FIA World Endurance Championship. So championship with G-Drive Racing, which is a Russian sports car racing team. So G-Drive Racing from the championship's first season in 2012 until 2021. So from in 2012 until 2021. And the European Le Mans series from 2018 and so 2018 and so 2018 and so from 2018 until 2021. He has four titles in international endurance championships. So the drivers of the IPB Spartak Racing car was Russian Roman Rusinov. His full name again is Roman Alexandrovich Rusinov. So Roman Alexandrovich Rusinov. So Roman Alexandrovich Rusinov. And Dutch Peter Kicks. So born February 23rd, 1964. Born February 23rd, 1964. So 1964. 1964, age 60, at Eindhoven in the Netherlands. It's Eindhoven in the Netherlands. Eindhoven. That's how this is pronounced in Dutch, but I call it Eindhoven. Kind of like a German kind of way of saying it. German accent, I don't know. So born February 23rd, 1964, age 60, in Eindhoven, in the Netherlands. Say Netherlands. So Russian Roman Alexandrovich Rusinov, and Dutch Peter Kicks. The Lambo made a pole position. Those move. So the Lambo made a pole position. So pole position. Those moved to the end of the grid due to some technical irregularities. They finished 2 laps. So 2 laps. 2 laps ahead of the lead Corvette. So the lead Corvette. So Corvette to take the second. So to take the second international win for a Lambo GT car. So Lambo GT car. Next up we got is the RG1. It's the RG1. The Murcielago RG1. So the Murcielago RG1. The RG1 was built for the JLOC, Japan Lamborghini or Lambo Owners Club, to compete to compete in Japanese Super GT series. So Super GT series and so Super GT series in 2004. In March 2006. So 2 years later, in March 2006, um, the RG1 um, recorded a win in the GT300 series. Oh, sorry, GT300 class. So GT300 class. So GT300 class at the Super GT. So Super GT Suzuka 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 500 kilometer 500 kilometer race. Next up is the RG1 LM, so the Le Mans edition of the RG1. So the Murcielago RG1, so RG1 LM, alias the RGT, so the RGT LM is an endurance version of the Murcielago RG1. So Murcielago RG1. So RG1 specially developed for JLOC by Ritter Engineering and run in the 24 hours of Le Mans race in 2006. Okay, the last one is the LP670R SV, so the racing version of the original LP670 -4, I think it was SV. Well, not unless if this car's got rear-wheel drive. I'm not 100% sure. So not 100% sure, but oh well. We'll never know. So last one, the LP. Alright, all that's left is the final one, and then we'll move on to the next part. So last one, the LP670. So LP670R SV. Let's finish this one. The Murcielago LP670R SV. So RSV is an evolution. So evolution of the RGT. So RGT developed by Ritter Engineering. So Ritter Engineering. So engineering to comply with the FIA rules for the new FIA GT1 World Championship. So World Championship. So World Championship. It was unveiled at the 2010 24 hours of Spa weekend. The 2010 FIA GT1. So FIA GT1 World Championship Series. Not series, sorry. World Championship season. So championship season. Saw Ritter run two cars, and the other two were run by all Inco. So all Inc L. So all Inc L Munich Motorsport. So Munich Motorsport, so Motorsport, Racer saw saw some success, um, winning two champ two championship races, so two championship races, finishing third, so third in the team's championship. So team's championship. The All Inco team didn't have as much success winning as much success finishing so didn't have as much success finishing ninth, so in ninth place. Ninth, in the championship, the 2011, so 2011. So a year later, the 2011 the 2011 season, so 2011 season, so 2011, the 2011 season, saw Swiss racing team, or SRT, not to be confused with SRT for Dodge. So SRT, Swiss racing team, God. So the 2011 season, the season saw Swiss racing team, or SRT, run the X-Rater, so X-Rater RSVs. After an unsuccessful season, season in 2010, running Nissan GTRs. All Inco has had a successful season so far, topping the team's championship as of round 7. So round 7. So round 7. So round 7. So 7. Swiss racing team, or honestly SRT because it's a lot easier, but it will get a little bit confusing because we already have Dodge SRT, so it's gonna be confusing a little bit. But you guys will probably know this because I say the full name of this. So SRT, or Swiss racing team, honestly shortened with it because it's a lot easier. Swiss racing team. So Swiss racing team. Well, SRT. SRT. SRT had SRT had some points finishes. So points finishes. But after a crash between both cars, but after a crash between both cars, so so between both cars at the 2011 so 2011 FIA GT1, Sachsen, or Sachsen ring round. That's an auto racing event in Germany. So both cars at the Sachsen ring round. So the 2011 FIA GT1 Sachsen round, which is an auto racing event held at the Sachsenring in Saxony in Germany on between May 13th and 15th. So 2 days. and it'll be the fourth round of the 2011 so 2011 FIA GT1 GT1 World Championship season. So both cars had the Sachsenring round. So round they had a lack of spare parts. So lack of spare parts. And didn't compete in the next three events. So in the next three events, DKR Engineering. So DKR Engineering announced that they would be using Murcielago RSVs for the last two rounds. So two rounds of the season instead of the Chevy Corvette C6R that they were using for the first 8 rounds. So for the first 8 rounds. Okay, next up we got is the related developments. So starting off with the first one, which is pretty cool, is the Lamborghini Miura concept. Which is just pretty cool, you know? And this car was also appeared in Need for Speed Rivals if you get like a DLC pack with some extra cars like the Jaguar XJ220, CX25, SLR McLaren 722 Roadster by Mercedes-Benz, GTA Spano, CES Elemental, Mira Concept, and the Jaguar, the Koenigsegg 1-to-1. I think there was a few more, I'm not 90% sure, but those are the ones I know for so far. That's the car they have in the DLC pack. So now we're in related development. So we're in the Mira concept. In January 2006, so very early 2006, a retro-styled styled Mira, so Mira, 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 so the Mira concept car, say concept car, the concept car built, concept car built, so built on a Murcielago chassis. So Murcielago chassis, so chassis was announced at the Museum of TV or Television and Radio and promoted at the Los Angeles Auto Show. So announced at the Museum of TV and Radio, so TV and Radio, and promoted at the LA Auto Show. So in Los Angeles, California. Although the car itself was not present at the show, subsequently, the Mira concept was officially debuted at the North American International Auto Show. Just 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later. So 2 weeks later. Is the first design penned by Lambo's then design chief Walter da Silva, born February 27th, 1951, age 73, in the city of Lecco, in the administrative region of Lombardy in northern Italy. So northern Italy. So Walter da Silva. So born February 27th, 1951, age 73, in Lecco, city in Lombardy, in northern Italy. So northern Italy. So it's the design so design penned by penned penned by Lambo's then design chief Walter da Silva, and commemorated the 40th anniversary of the 1966 intro of the original Mira in Geneva, which I believe it's in Switzerland. Not 100% sure. Lambo president and CEO Stefan Winkelmann uh, rejected rejected any any possibility of the concept the concept marking the mirror's return to production. However, stating the mirror was a the mirror was the mirror was a celebration of our history, but Lamborghini is about the future. Retro design isn't what we're looking for. Well, retro design isn't what we're here for. So we won't do the Mira. Next up is the Reventon, which is kind of odd because I haven't got to the full story of the Reventon yet, but so which is kind of odd because I haven't got to the full story of the Reventon, but it's basically like a souped up version of the Murcielago, but I'll explain more of that right now. Here we go. Debuted in 2007. So debuted in 2007. So in 2007 at the Frankfurt Motor Show, or Frankfurt Auto Show. So Frankfurt Auto Show. The Reventon's a modified version of the Murcielago. Both the car's mechanical underpinnings and engine are identical to those of the LP640 Murcielago. However, cosmetics are all unique. Both interior and exterior styling were inspired by a stealth fighter design, taking cues from aircraft such as the F-22 Raptor, which was known as the Lockheed Martin / Boeing F-22 Raptor, which was an American twin-engine all-weather supersonic stealth fighter aircraft developed and produced for the U.S. Air Force, or USAF, as they would call it for shortened purposes. So interior and exterior styling were inspired by stealth fighter design, taking cues from aircraft such as the F-22 Raptor. So Raptor, only 21 units, over 20 were built. So over 21 units were built, of which one was retained by the factory to be exhibited in the Lambo Museum. Lambo also produced 15 units of a roadster version. So it is pricey, like 800 grand for these cars. Plus the fact that I only made over 20 of these cars, which was not much, but it is what it is. Alright, next up we got two bits left and only a couple pieces left and I'll end it there. Next up we got is production. So this is from how many they sold throughout 2001 from 2001 to 2010. So this is production. So first off, I got from the first year, 2001, 65 units were done. Only for the Coupe, the Roadster, not available. Same for 2002 and 3. Speaking of those years, so in 2001 they made 65. 2002 they made 442. So 442. So 442. So in 2002, 442. 2003, 424. For the Coupe, in 2004, they made 384 coupes, and so 304 coupes and 80 roadsters. So 80 roadsters. In 2005, the year I was born, they made 384 coupes and 80 roadsters. Wait, hold on. So that's 2004. 384 were done. 304 coupes and 80 roadsters. So now it's 2005. Sorry, I got mixed up. So they made, so in 2005, they made 464 units. 230 coupes and 234 roadsters. In 2006, so 2006, they made 444. So 20 less than 2005, but still a lot. So 444 units, 323 coupes, and 323 coupes, and 121 roadsters. So that was 2006. Next up, 2007, they made 629 of those cars, 423 coupes, and 423 coupes, and 206 roadsters. Next up, 2008, 2007, 629 units, 423 coupes, 206 roadsters. Next up is 2008. They made 637 units, so an extra 8 than what 2007 made. However, they made a bit more coupes, but slightly less roadsters. So they made, in 2008, 637 units, 454, so 454 coupes, so 454 coupes, so 454 coupes, so coupes, and so 2008, 637 units, 454 coupes, and 183 roadsters. In 2009, they made 331 units. So 331 units. 274 coupes and 57 roadsters. So 2009. Ow. So 2009. 331 were done. 274 coupes and 57 roadsters. And lastly, in 2010, they made 163 versions. So 163 units. So 163 units. 145 coupes. So 145 coupes and so 145 coupes. So 145 coupes. So 145 coupes and 145 coupes and 18 roadsters. So that's the lowest amount they made for roadsters. The lowest amount for coupes was 65. Alright, next up, total. So the total they made for units was 3,980. For units was 3,983. So 3,983 units. They made 3,084 coupes. Say 3,084 coupes and 899 or run-ups like 900 roadsters, which is pretty good. And last but certainly not the very least is in popular culture. Whew, thank God we're at the end. But before all this, just gonna fix this. I'll be back for the final part. Alright. Alright, you know what? I figured I'm just gonna take a little bit of a break because I just wanna. Rest a little bit because I'm a bit tired. So I'm gonna take a little break for now. And I'll finish the last part for the final part of this video. Well, final part of the Murcielago. Alright, so I'll be back in a little bit. If you guys like this video, like and subscribe, comment down below what y'all think. Hit the notification bell. So hit the notification bell and hit all so you won't know when I make brand new uploads. Alright, so yeah, I'll be back in a little bit. I'll see you in the next video. But as well, stay safe, have a great evening, and I'll see you guys soon. So stay safe, have a great evening, and have a great day tomorrow morning. And I'll see you guys in the next video. So take care folks, stay safe out there, and I'll see you in a little bit. Peace.